Welcome back, YouTube. I'm getting a lot of questions, emails asking about what do I think would happen to Doge, or like any price points that I would have if it were to get integrated by a company like Amazon or Walmart, Target, like these large online retailers. I'll give you my price points and explain why I believe Amazon would be the best fit. I've mentioned in my previous videos why utilization is the key. I'm not going to go too far into that now, but pretty much with utilization, you have to have a flow of money. It has to flow into something. And when you have a fiat currency like Doge or the dollar, it has to have liquidity, and it has to move from different assets to be a part of exchange and allow the opportunity to build capital and grow in order to outpace that inflation. We see that with the dollar, and why American citizens, pretty much why we have to be in debt in order for the economy to work. Our economy is pretty much attached to real estate, so that's why we expect appreciation in real estate, and we push large amounts of money into other categories like education and the medical field, but primarily it's attached to real estate, and which is why we pretty much are, the economy wouldn't work if we're not borrowing money to buy homes, cars, and things like that. The money has to go somewhere when you have an inflation. It has to keep building, and it has to have the opportunity to charge interest and grow. The only thing that's keeping Dogecoin at the prices that it is right now is because Dogecoin doesn't have one of those avenues in a large structure just yet. The only question I have is, what would Amazon or a PayPal or a Walmart.com do with the excess Dogecoin that they would be receiving? Would they hold it, or would they dump it back into the market? Because that would just defeat the purpose. Let's talk about it. So let's start with the fact that Amazon is growing as far as like the total amount of packages it's able to deliver. I expect it to surpass FedEx within the next year or so. UPS is still way out in front, but Amazon is around like the 3 billion packages delivered per year. That comes out to about 340,000 packages an hour. So I believe Amazon would be the best fit, because not only just because of the volume, but because of the things that you can order off of Amazon. I've worked in Amazon logistics, and I know that you can order, well, most people use it to not necessarily order high ticket items, but to order common household items, little gifts, things for their pets. And this is good for something like Dogecoin, which I believe is the best option, would be because that's going to give you not only competitive orders, but consistent. Even if it's on a restricted basis in Amazon, and we were just able to order like certain things that would be fulfilled only by Amazon or Prime members, the avenue that it would present to Dogecoin holders would be a wide variety and enough to support the current Doge and the current Doge in circulation. And I believe we would see escalated prices almost immediately. In my opinion, I believe this would bring in bigger whales, even just on the announcement of doing it, and we would see the price of Doge begin to rise even prior to it taking effect. Big news like that and the ability to outpace the inflation will certainly attract new money. That's why I always say that accumulating now, especially like below the 50-cent range, I believe it's more important to focus on the number of coins you have versus what price you got it at. Because if you're talking Doge and like the, I believe it will go into like the $5 to $10 range if Amazon jumped on board. But when you talk about Doge in that range, it's not going to make that big of a difference, but whether you got it at 29 cents or 38 cents. What's going to matter mostly is the amount of coins that you have. I'll never discourage anyone from trying to get the most amount of coins for their money, but when you are thinking long term, you have to acquire pretty much on a consistent basis in order to make sure that you are not necessarily getting the best money, the most amount of coins for your money, but to make sure that your timing is right, because you don't know what business deal, what influencer, what situation can change everything. It's better to already be in position, or to be at a more comfortable position, versus setting your money aside on the sidelines and being like, oh, okay, I'll just wait and I'll try and time the market. For the theory saying that a large company like Amazon or a Target, Walmart.com would simply just sell the Dogecoin back into the market, that wouldn't make sense. If they went through the trouble of integrating their systems to take Dogecoin, I believe they would have like a more thorough plan and probably even have payouts or like awards for their employees, because I've worked at Amazon. Amazon is really forward thinking, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had even like giveaways or like promotional bonuses and stuff like that, and give you the option to take it in Dogecoin. I don't believe that Amazon would simply just take it all and accumulate it in a wallet and dump it. I do believe that Amazon would pretty much accumulate it and probably hoard it and become the largest whale on earth. I do believe that. So with that being said, in my opinion, I think that I know that you've seen a lot of posts or videos saying that, oh, Amazon will get Doge to $1. I think that with the wide variety of opportunity that Amazon and avenues that Amazon would bring, plus the new money that would come rushing in, and a lot of wealthy people would be investing in Dogecoin at that point, I think we'd actually overshoot the dollar, and I peg it like around $5, possibly even 10 on like the high side, just initially from like the hype and stuff. But I think that an endorsement by Amazon would pretty much put Doge in the $5 range, making a lot of the early investors millionaires. If you have questions about holding Dogecoin or inflation, I'll put some cards here or put two of my most recent videos in the description box, so I go into a greater detail as far as explaining those things. I hope you found value in the video, and please, if you have diamond hands, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button on this video. It helps the community grow and it helps YouTube push it out to new people. I am now shooting for 10,000 subscribers by July, so that will certainly help propel the channel in that direction. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, and until next time.